Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Houston Sports Talk back into the video today. And today, the Chicago Bulls have extended Billy Donovan to a extension. We knew this was coming, especially after the Bulls declined the Knicks' request to interview Billy Donovan. If everybody remembers, when the Knicks went through that process of going through long shots of trying to interview other teams' head coaches that were already, on a team, and those teams weren't looking to get rid of them. Like they did it with Ime Udoka with the Rockets, Jason Kidd. They did it with Chris Finch with Minnesota. They did it with Quinn Snyder. They did it with a couple other coaches I'm not mentioning. I know, and Billy Donovan was one of those names that they tried to get an interview with, and none of these teams were budging. And it was reported a little bit after the Bulls declined the Knicks' request that it was likely that Billy Donovan was going to receive an extension. I think there were some head coaches, and I think Billy Donovan was on the list, that actually were interested in the Knicks. Like, I think Jason Kidd was actually interested in going to the New York Knicks. But those teams that had those guys, like the Bulls and the Mavs, had no interest in letting them go. And, funny thing is, like, the Rockets, right after they declined Ime Udoka's that request, gave a big extension to Ime Udoka. But it was reported that Billy Donovan was expected to get an extension a little bit after that, and now it's happening. He's been their head coach for 5 seasons now, went straight to Chicago after getting let go by OKC. Definitely was a lot better in OKC than he's been in Chicago. 243 and 157 in OKC in his 5 seasons there. They went to the playoffs in most of those. They went to the playoffs in all of his seasons with OKC. 5 straight years, OKC went to the playoffs with Billy Donovan. But in 5 seasons with Chicago's only been to the playoffs one of those seasons. But in the last 3 seasons, they've been in the NBA play-in tournament in the last 3 seasons. So even though they have not been in the playoffs the last 3 seasons, they've always been in the top 10 in the East in the last 4 seasons. And so the team has been 195 and 205 in the 5 seasons he's been with them. Now, I think injuries have played a big role in that. And I don't think I don't think Billy Donovan has done a lot of bad coaching for them to get that not great record, as they've, only had one over 500 record with Billy Donovan. I think he's a great coach. I just think they've had some injuries, but it looks like they're really starting to build a young, promising team, which is something I don't really think they had until last year with Billy Donovan. Like, there's a lot of young promise with Josh Giddey and Mutas Buzeles and Kobe White if they keep Kobe White. There's a lot of young promise on this Bulls team. They've just got to keep everybody together. And maybe continue to build the young talent. Let me know your thoughts on the Bulls extending Billy Donovan, though, in the comment section. And peace out.